Happy Tuesday, readers. Today for Reading Workshop, you're going to need your reading notebook, your green ELA resource folder, highlighters, glue stick, scissors, and a pencil. Go ahead and open up your green ELA resource folder. You should have tucked in all the new resources that you had your parents pick up on Friday of last week. Your pages that were on the left side of your green folder should go in your left pocket. The ones that were on the right side should go behind the remaining pages from our writing unit. Today you're going to take out, there's 3 different sections of paper clipped items that you're going to need. The only ones that you're going to need today though are in the first paper clip. You are going to take out the first 2 sheets, which we will be cutting out to create a chart in a few moments. So the 2 sheets say at the top, reading for signpost, and they look just like this. And then you have 2 more pages to take out that we're going to create our notice and note introduction flip book. The first is going to be the different signposts that we're going to be focusing on during this unit. And then the back one is going to be the page that gives us more information about those signposts. The remaining pages we're going to be needing another day, so tuck those back inside your left pocket and close them up. Make sure that stays inside your anchor binder so you will have that placed in your basket so you can have it for future reference. Right now you're going to take your first pages. We're going to cut our pages that we're going to need to place in our notebook. So the first 2 pages you're going to cut around the chart for the first page as well as the second page. When you're done cutting, they should look like Mrs. Lang's. 2 smaller sheets that we're going to be in a little bit putting together. The second thing that we're going to be using our reference is the flip book, the title page with the signposts that we're going to focus on during this unit, as well as the information. You're going to cut those out along the outside rectangle so it makes one attached page the same as the back. When you cut those out, they should look like Mrs. Lang, so I don't have the remaining white space of the front as well as the back. The front one, you're going to cut on the flaps, the dotted lines, making sure that it's still attached in the margins so we can get that glued down when we're ready. Go ahead and pause your video and get those 2 items cut out, and then you may push play. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead back to our reader's notebook. We have finished up our character unit and you took your assessment on Friday. Today we're beginning our next unit, Unit 4, on signpost. This is called our notice and note section, where we are learning from the author different areas to stop and pay close attention to important information that they're providing within their story for us to deepen our understanding of what's happening with our characters as well as the plot of the story. During the initial video that you watched that was called Notice and Note Signpost Introduction, you were told that we are going to be learning how to spot areas within a story to slow down, stop, and pay close attention to the information. We have 6 different ones that we're going to be focusing on of the signposts. Today is just the introduction today, so we can place the references that we're going to refer back to each day as we focus on a new signpost. During the video, you were asked to complete page 53, where you had our statement. When you take a journey through a book, don't forget to stop at any notice and note signpost. So we have our road that we draw on, and then we have our signpost, or the signs the author provides us as the story continues. So when we start our signpost, we're going to be starting with our first signpost called Contrast and Contradictions. So if you have not already, please make sure that page 53 looks like the example that was posted in today's lesson. We are going to go ahead and start by going back to our table of contents. And we're going to write page 53. And this is on signposts, introduction. And today's date is 10-27-20. Then we're going to go ahead and jump back to the page that we just left off on. And this is where we're going to be turning our notebook so we can put in our chart. So go ahead and turn your page. The 2 pages that you are going to have are going to be glued down, but we're going to start with the bottom because we're going to have to overlap them slightly. So if you're looking at your page like Mrs. Ling, the one strip that has the 2 signposts on it with the title, we're going to use that first. So go ahead and put your glue stick on the back. And you're going to make sure the bottom of that chart goes to the bottom of your page, so it's nice and snug there. We're going to then use the second page, the one that has the 4 remaining signposts. Turn it over. And we're going to glue this down next. Make sure that the bottom of this chart is actually going over the title because we don't need the title written twice. And we're going to smooth it down. So once you have everything glued down, you should see the title only once at the top, the shaded in area. Then you have your 6 signposts that are posted and you see all of the information provided. We're going to then take our notebook and flip it back. So we're looking at it like a book. Turn the page. This is where our last resource we're going to insert today goes in. The page that's going to become our back page is going to be turned over first. And we're going to glue this down first. This is going to be a snug fit, so make sure that it's right up to the margin or the crease of your book. This part is going to be glued, the strip. We're going to glue the back of it, and it goes on this gray area. All right, so once you have your things that are glued down, you're going to go ahead and we're going to just finish by highlighting some important information. So go back to the previous page. We're going to once again rotate it, and we're going to use our highlighters to highlight the information we're going to need. So at the top, highlight with one of your colors, reading for signpost. And the last one we're going to do, take a different color, don't use the same color, and we're highlighting the titles for each of the columns. So the first is going to be where we focus on the signposts and definitions. Then we have the clues to the signpost and what literary element helps us understand, and the last column is the author's questions. So these are different areas that we're going to learn to stop within a story and pay close attention to what the author is providing us. When you are done with this lesson today for our introduction, you are going to start creating your information that you need for tomorrow. So you're going to go back to your green folder, and you're going to be creating your notice and note workbook. So we're going to take out the remaining pages of that first paper clip section. And within these paper clips, you will see that some of the pages are duplicated, meaning there's more than one of the same page, and that's what you need because we're supposed to have 2 of the same pages for each, with the exception of the title page. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut out the pages that are on each of these. So you're going to go ahead and cut them out. And keep cutting. The only one you don't need is the one that I have X'd through that says do not use the second copy of this one side. You will need the other one. I'm going to push pause, cut mine out, and then I'm going to push play to show you how you need to assemble this for use for tomorrow. So once you have your pages cut out, remember you are using all of the pages. The only exception is you do not need 2 copies of the notice and note title page. The one that you didn't need was the one that I had X'd out. So you're going to keep these in order to be able to use them for the next week for our lessons. So you're going to start with having your title page. Then you have your 2 pages that are both with the tab contrasts and contradictions. Both of them are the next 2 pages. After that, you have 2 pages on aha moments. Then you have 2 pages on tough questions, 2 pages on words of the wiser, 2 pages on again and again, and the final 2 pages are memory moment. So once you have your pages in order, make sure that they're nice and neat and stacked. You are going to use a stapler to create your booklet. So remember, they have to have all the tabs shown. Then you're going to turn it to the side and you're going to put 3 staples very close to the edge so you are able to turn your pages as needed. So you're going to put one of the staples at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. That way you've created yourself a booklet that opens up and you can write down the information that is needed for the next several days. When you're done with this, keep this in your notebook right next to our signpost flip book that we will be referencing throughout the next week as well.